So welcome again. I'm very excited for this Find Your Word of 2022 Life on Purpose workshop. I'm Michelle Butler. I am a personal trainer of 23 years and group fitness instructor for the same amount of time. I've been coaching our wellness community for 8 years in February. This will be the second year that I am bringing this to you. This program is from my friend Jamie Shepard. She's amazing. She's a therapist and has a million accolades, and she's just an incredible person. So I am going to put a little bit of my own flair into this for you guys, and I hope that you just totally love it. If you have to log off early, totally understandable. I know life, we're gonna really just kind of push through this the best that we can. Keep you on task. If you need to take a break, turn your video off for a second, whatever you need to do, please do it. Also know that if you have a question, use the chat bar so that the other coaches on our team can just kind of chat with you and help you if you need help. And I can do that as well and answer any questions that might come up throughout the workshop. I really encourage you, I've said it already like 10 times, but get some music going when we start to work because it really will help inspire you and help get those creative things going in your mind, okay? So I do also recommend to have some sort of colored pencils or something like that when we get to the coloring section. If you're not a coloring person, then realize that you don't have to color. I'm not a color. That just doesn't make my whole like inspiring thing go off. I'm gonna brain dump some more. Okay, so you can just brain dump more things, write down, you know, anything that we had talked about in the past through the workshop and just kind of really talk yourself through this. Okay, so again, welcome. I'm really glad you're here. We are gonna actually start this off with one of my coaches in my, she's my personally sponsored coach, Brandy. She is a great friend and an incredible woman. She did this with me last year. So I just wanted to get her insight and just a little bit of her experience with what she found about her word of the year for last year. And then we're gonna get going. Take it away, Brand.
Okay, hi guys, good to see you all. This is super exciting because last year I think we only had like 8 people maybe. So we've kind of doubled in size, which is great. So Michelle just wanted me to kind of talk about my experience, and unfortunately I kind of have the crud, so my voice is a little raspy, so sorry about that. But last year when I signed up for this workshop, I wasn't quite sure what to expect, and I was a little bit nervous about it. For most of you or some of you that know me, I really struggle with anxiety and worry. And so even things like this, I can just get myself worked up and get really anxious about it. So I was nervous about coming into this, but it ended up being like the best thing I think that I'd done in a long time. It was a total game changer for me. And I learned a lot about myself, and I worked through a lot of things in 2021, and I really feel like a lot of it kind of came back to this training. So I hope you guys get out of it what I got out of it. I guess the one thing that I would just kind of throw out there to you is that, and I know Michelle kind of said this already, but if you don't come out of this at the end of the hour and know what your word is, that's okay, because I didn't know what my word was at the end of the workshop last year. I had a couple different words that I was kind of playing with. And again, I got anxious because I didn't land on a word at the end of the workshop. But within a couple days afterwards, after I kind of processed and thought about it, I ended up with my word, which was not even a word that was on my list of words. So like Michelle said, it kind of all sort of filtered into the word that I landed on, all of the other words, but I came up with a completely different word. So don't worry if you don't get your word today. It will come to you in the next couple days, and you'll have it by next week when we do our vision board. So that was the first thing that I wanted to kind of tell you. The other thing I would encourage you to do is just kind of focus on like, what is your focus for the year? Is it a certain goal that you have? Is it something that you want to change in your life? It can be any of those things, but that can kind of help you lead to your word. Um, Again, for me, my anxiety and worry was so bad. I mean, it doesn't go away. I still have it, but it was to a point last year when it was almost debilitating for me because I couldn't sleep at night. My brain was just running all the time about everything. I catastrophized everything that came up. I probably drove my kids absolutely crazy. I have 2 adult kids, and so I was constantly calling them and checking on them and doing all these things and worrying about what was going on in their life when they're adults and they need to handle their stuff. So I was starting to have like panic attacks. I even went to the hospital at one point because I thought I was having a heart attack. So my heart was like pounding and hurting. So that's how extreme my anxiety would get. And so that was kind of my focus. I needed to change that and do something different because I couldn't go on like that anymore. So with all of that said, my word ended up being contentment. And so I really focused on the fact that I don't have control over everything and that I need to be content with where I'm at right now. And of course, not just that word got me through it, but there were other like resources that I had to draw from to help me with that. So one of the things was I got this little bracelet made and it says contentment. So I wear it all the time and I can look down and see it all the time. And we're going to talk to you guys later about that because this was a really good visual for me and a reminder every day about what my focus was. And then of course, things like I really increased my personal development, which helped me a lot. My workouts, which relieves a lot of stress for me, my faith, all of those things I just kind of put towards this contentment goal and really leaned into that. And I can tell you that this last year is probably the best year that I've had in regards to feeling like I could manage my anxiety and worry and be able to take a step back and let things go. And so this really was a huge life-changing thing for me. So I hope you guys experience something similar or same. I hope it's a game changer for you. But I just wanted to share kind of what my experience was going through this workshop from last year.
I love it, Brandy. Thanks so much for like just being so vulnerable too in that. Like I honestly couldn't see you doing that last year and being like it wouldn't have happened. So just amazing. I just love you so much and I'm so proud of you. And I'm so it's so exciting to see what you've done with your life through just intentionally picking a word and having it help you through your life in all aspects throughout the year. So it shows, and I'm just really proud of you. I'm like, little weepy. So, all right, y'all. So we're going to get started, but the very first thing we're going to do is actually get the blood flowing. So what I want you to do is this is going to feel weird, but I want you to trust me. I want you to just get up out of your chair and like turn on some music, Alexa, have them play your stuff. And then we're going to just kind of get some wiggles out and like get the blood flowing. So stand up out of your chairs, everybody. And then I just want you to bounce around. Join me, just bounce around. Like do a dance, start dancing. I got to like turn on some music. Maybe Alexa, turn on Pump Up the Jam. Pump Up the Jam. Take your time on Amazon Music. Hopefully Facebook's not going to turn this off. Pump it up. Hands in the air.
Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are stumping. And the jam is pumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Pump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance floor. See, cause that's where the party's at. and you find out if you do that.
All right, y'all. Good job. I'm worried the face is gonna turn me off. All right, get your water, get your coffee, get y'all energized. We are gonna do this thing. Can you guys still hear me on Facebook? I hope so. They like turn us off really fast. All right, you guys, let's do this. So if you are looking at your document, you're gonna go to the second page where it says take a look. And I'm actually going to share my screen just so we have it on the replay. So we're gonna screen share. I hope. Does anyone not have a doc that's on right now that needs one that we need to send it to you? Anybody? No? Okay, so like I said, just be super open-minded as we go through this 2022 Life on Purpose. And just remember, you can either evolve forward in 2022 or you can just stay on repeat, okay? So remember that no matter how great last year was, we always want to do better. So you have that choice, and the choice is yours. You just have to make the decision to make it yours. So as we look at last year, okay, take a look at last year, and I want you to just at a glance take a look at all these words, and I want you to feel the feeling of the word and exactly what felt most challenging for you and distant for you last year. And don't second guess it, just start circling when you see the words and you're like, oh yep, that made me feel like I was out of control or anxious or worrisome or just anything that pops up for you. So just look through those. Or if a word just kind of comes to your head that you're like, yeah, that word definitely is hard for me, write it down. And you can do more than 10, but that's just kind of a general guideline for you. We're going to take about 3 minutes for this. So 3 minutes, just kind of look over these words. And go ahead and start your playlist too. Just anything that you like to listen to, go ahead and play that now. And I'm sorry that I made all of your devices turn on. And she's saying, that's funny. So as you do this too, I want you guys to just really think about if you have something that kind of comes up that makes you feel anxious with this too, I want you to just kind of breathe through it. Just use that box breathing. So in through your nose 4 times, hold it for 4 counts, out through your nose 4 times, hold it for 4 counts, and then just kind of use that box breathing to kind of help yourself feel better as you think about last year and what was most challenging for you in the words that you see. If you're having a hard time feeling this, I just want you to just kind of close your eyes and think about different things that you went through that were really challenging. You know, did you have a family member that was ill, or were you ill? Did you have an injury? Was there any turmoil, including our current situation with the world and the pandemic, how did that make you feel? And like, let those emotions kind of come up for you and breathe through it, because we're going to let it go. It's not just going to hang out there. I'm going to give you another minute on this, and you can always come back to it, but you should within the next minute be able to have at least around 10 words. About 30 seconds or so. That's okay, Donna. If you need to watch the replay, you can. Or if you're streaming here, then that's great too, however you need to. All right, so the next page is actually the coloring page, but we're gonna come back to that, okay? So that's gonna be a brainstorming moment. So the next, I just want you to scroll forward to where it says step 2, eyes forward. It should be page 3. Now I want you to just really think about this upcoming year, okay? So as you kind of go through this, I want you to write whatever comes to your mind first, okay? Literally don't edit a word. Just as soon as it comes into your mind, write it down. Be what? Accept what? Learn, give, grow, forgive, honor, and trust. We're going to do those right now. And it doesn't have to be a long thing, just whatever comes into your mind, just brain dump it onto the page. You're going to have 3 to 5 minutes on this. We'll just kind of take a poll to see where everybody's at. So don't feel like you're going to be rushed. It took me about 5 minutes to kind of get through each one of these little sections. I'm going to talk to my Alexa. So I'm going to mute the Zoom. And everybody on Facebook, I'm sorry, you're going to have to redo your Alexa, but I need some music. So I'm going to do that real fast. How we doing? Which one are you guys on? Brent, Courtney, what are you on? Are you done? Yeah. What about you, Brandy? I want to make sure I give you guys plenty of time, so we're not rushing through it at all.
I'm on my last one, Michelle.
I'm on grow.
Okay. When you're thinking about these, I really want you to think all aspects of life.
Question, are we just doing this first page of step 2?
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to go on to it in a minute, but if you are done with it, yeah,
Okay.
that first page. If you want to move on to the second page, eyes forward, step 2, I'm totally okay with that. If you've gotten where you're just waiting, you can do that because it might take you a little longer for, you know, either page. So if you're done with that, I'll let y'all go forward. This year I'm going to quit. Let those emotions come. Let the feelings drive what you put on your paper. So hopefully everybody's moving on to the second page of step 2 of eyes forward, quit, have, love, change, visit, feel, heal, and begin. If you have any questions, always unmute if you need to.
Can you scroll to the second one? I'm using your page too.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Step 2, eyes forward, quit, have, love, change, visit, feel, heal, and begin. So we're going to spend about 2 more minutes here, but if you need to come back, you can come back and brain dump on this because the next one is the color and draw reflection. So I don't want you to feel pressured to get this done. Realize you can go back to any of these and add to them Just really honestly don't overthink. Literally whatever comes right straight to that mind when you see the word. Just get it on paper. So we're going to spend one more minute here. All right, y'all, how we doing? You feel good about that? You getting through it? Okay. We're gonna go back to the coloring page. This makes me really, really uncomfortable, but I know that this is really something that so many will love. So I just want you to know if you're feeling it, I want you to feel the feels. I want you to just let your thoughts flow. Okay, so before we do that though, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna pull a card. And I really want you to think about the things that you put down on your paper so far and a card. So that you can kind of pull a little bit more of that inspiration into your thoughts of this and just kind of letting things flow and go. So, pull a card. I am ready. That is our card for today. I am ready. Oh, that was perfect. I am ready. I am ready and I can handle anything life throws me. I'm ready. So I want you to put your music on or listen to mine. Now you can mute me, just turn the music, just turn the volume all the way down, or you can listen to mine. And then we're gonna color here for like 3 or 4 minutes and just get those thoughts flowing. If you're not a colorer, go back to the brain dump, back to your words that we've already written on. And if anything else comes up, right away. Here we go. 3 minutes.
This is K-Love Music.
Does anyone have the link to the doc that they can drop in the comments? You have it handy? So I'm on live stream, so I can't pull it up on my phone. So coaches, do you have the link that you can drop in the chat bar for the Google Doc? Carol, do you have it? Do you mind doing that? Thank you. Oh, thanks, Michaela. Sorry, I didn't see your comment a minute ago, Laura. When I'm screen sharing, I can't see the chat bar, so any questions that come up, if the coaches on the call can just let me know. Deanna, that is so true, fitting for today. I am ready. What does that mean to you? I am ready. Let that sink in. Self-care, Emmy. I love that. I'm gonna give you guys one more minute to either brain dump or color. And remember too, you can come back to both of these activities if for some reason you don't have your word at the end. To be more motivated, Angie, balanced and disciplined, so ready. Love that. You guys are giving me like chill bumps. All right, y'all. How we feeling? Thumbs up? Are we good? Are we feeling good? Everybody thumbs up? Yes. Yay, do a box breathing with me, okay? Because this is a lot. Let your emotions just kind of come. So let's all take a deep breath in through our nose and the count of 4. Breathe in for 4, 3, 2. You're gonna hold it at the top for 4, 3, 2. Slowly let it out for 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's do it again. Let's do it one more time. Breathe in through your nose in 4, 3, 2. Hold it for 4, 3, 2. Let it out. Big blowout. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just breathe naturally. Anytime you need to go back to that, do it, okay? Because it will help you kind of chill a little. All right, you guys. We are good. We are moving on. I'm going to go back to the screen share for you guys. Don't have it. Okay, so this actual next page is going to be visualizing in 1 year from now. Okay, so the brain actually can't go where it doesn't know where to go. It has to imagine it. It has to see it. It has to feel it for you to go there. Okay, literally, it cannot go there. So that's why manifesting and visualization and prayers and just really leaning into what you want and get very detailed here. This is a super important step into really understanding and feeling down deep in your heart exactly what you want to feel. Okay, so 1 year from now, we're there. We are in it. We are living it right now. 1 year, right now, 2023. Okay, so in that, what parts did you nurture most? Okay, how did your year feel? Think about how your year felt as if it's already happened. You should have visualized that. Put yourself there. Well, what parts did you nurture the most? Live stream, can you still hear me okay? As I'm playing this music. Next, what did your best days look like? Oh, and what was the feeling you got in those best days? You were there, you've been through it. What days were absolutely incredible? Where were you? Who were you with? Next, on that same wavelength, where did you go? Literally and figuratively. Like, let's expand from that. So on those best days and what they look like and the feeling that you got, I want you to think about exactly where you went. Who was with you? What did you do? Yes, you can still hear me. Okay, good. I don't trust Facebook anymore. Feel the joy in your heart, in your body, in your soul. You're just feeling those places. Once you've got that, let's talk about and think about what new things or goals did you experience? What new things did you experience? Was it something on a bucket list? Was it a place you visited? As you're thinking about that, we'll go on to the next one if you're ready. How did you define success this year? Speaking 2022 all the way through it. Let your brain think about the successes that it did achieve already. in the year of 2022? Moving on to what area in your life did you develop and how? When you think about this year and any place in your life, is it with your relationships, with your business, your kids, your spouse, the people around you? What areas in your life did you develop and how? How are we feeling? Are we ready to move on? Thumbs up if we're ready to move on. Okay. All right, y'all, your theme song. How do you want to feel a year from now to your core? What sense of being do you want to have and cultivate? So I want you to really think about, like, not surface level. Like, if you could write a song about your life, your family, your home, spiritually, everything that is at your core values. Okay? I want you to go through and look at these words and whatever just talks to you. Okay? Just whatever you see there is like really like, oh, that is what I want. Find a good 5 to 10 of them. Just really like connect in with the word. You'll see some and you're like, yep, that's me. I want that for my life. I want more. Love, wisdom, joy, whatever it is. And if there's something too that's coming in your brain that you're just like, the word is just like keeps coming back at you. If you're like something you're writing down a lot, write that down too. Like put it side shot. 1 or 2 words that maybe just might be popping out for you. I love watching y'all. It's so fun. Like I can just see so much like turning. So fun to watch. And honestly, you don't need 10, just a few, like whatever is really just coming out at you. Does anybody else need to still see this page? Are we good? Good about those? Okay, we are going to go on to page 8. So we're going to really start thinking about, I want you to really think about those words that you wrote down. And now what I want you to do is close your eyes, visualize some of those words in your head. I want you to just close your eyes for a minute. Think about the words that really just popped out at you and it was just talking to you. Take some deep breaths, just close your eyes. Is anything coming up for you that's just feeling just super emotionally, either in your head, in your heart? You have some that are coming up. Try and unpack just 3 of them. So you don't have to unpack, you know, the 3, but I want you to just unpack 3 and I want you to just feel the feelings, what it means to you, what those words mean to you. And it doesn't have to be in any particular order, option 1, 2, and 3. We're just going to kind of narrow down those words that we were just looking at and let the definition in what you believe the word feels for you, and go ahead and write those down. Try and get 3 of them, but you don't have to have 3. I'm going to stop the screen share for just a second. You're just going to, because I'm going to check the chat. If you have any questions here, go ahead and chat with me in the chat bar. For some of you, you might be thinking like, I'm starting to understand, maybe I have a good feeling about what a word might be for me, but just don't overthink it. Put the first 3 that come to mind. If you're watching the live stream and you're just coming on, make sure you grab the document because you won't be able to see it if you're not on Zoom. Document is posted in the group. And this is being recorded, so hopefully Zoom cooperates. So if you need to come back to it, you can. Everybody on Zoom, how are we feeling? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Yes, good. I love that Emmy's getting a pedicure right now. I love that so much. Like, no excuses. Like, we got people driving in their car, we got people getting pedicures, we got people taking care of their kids, grandkids, dogs. I love it so much. Having you guys on here just brings me so much joy. It's like lighting my soul on fire. Really start unpacking those words. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up on your end when you are getting close to like getting those 3 written out. Hi, Kimberly Hunt. Are you participating? I just saw your name pop up. Mm. Okay, Deanna. Love you, friend. Do we have 3 words written out on that paper? Okay, I'm going to screen share again. All right, this one's fun. All right, so what we're going to do is actually visit 2021 again and go back to the feelings that you had when you picked your 10 words that were really tough. Okay? And I want you to think about that, but then I want you to think about, I believe wholeheartedly that in 2021, I am what? So what were you in 2021? Okay? The good, the bad, the ugly, the hot mess, the roller coasters of 2021. And I want you to just kind of brain dump that in. Just literally whatever comes back to your mind, good, bad, all the things. I'm gonna give you a minute here. Okay, Kim. You'll be able to watch the replay on Zoom. I am recording it on Zoom, so that might help you. Any questions here? Are we good? Just kind of go back to those feelings of 2021 and go back to the words that we circled in the beginning and how that made you feel, those tough, hard words. Did they challenge you? Did they make you feel uncomfortable? Did it make you feel empowered? I think this year is unique because it was a little different than the year. I mean, we had gone through pandemic before, but we had to go through it again, you know, like, and still kind of living in that space that we have to navigate right now, right? And how we want to pull in the things that we want and that we loved and that made us feel alive and joyful in 2021. We want to pull those things forward and elevate. Anything that gave you anxiety, fear, depression, you know, all of the negative things that you literally need to unpack and let it go. Bye. Unpack that. It just needs to go back. It doesn't need to come forward with you. Like 1 minute here and we're moving on, because you're going to start unpacking your few words that you have in the step above. So I'll go back to that so you can see it for anybody who doesn't have the document in front of you. These words are any words that you felt to your core or you wrote down. Maybe something is coming up now that you've done the actual, like, oh, wait, that was 2021. What do I want to bring those feelings forward? What do I want to evolve in? And then bring those words back to your option 1, 2, or 3 and see if anything is just saying, man, I need that. And your word, you guys, is not just what's comfortable, okay? Your word should make you feel a little uncomfortable, because you've got to challenge the brain to realize that you need to propel forward and up and not stay in that current comfort zone.
Michelle, will you put the list back for a
Yeah.
minute? Is that okay with everyone else?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's my fault. I didn't get on for some dumb reason. And
Nope.
I told Haley I Zoom at least almost every day, at least once a day at work, but I don't know what happened. So thanks.
You're fine. No, it's good. Yeah, I keep like messing with it. That's like my ADHD kind of going. Sorry about that.
Michelle, Rebecca said in the chat that she's confused.
Okay.
Which I guess I kind of am too, because I feel like that top line should say 2022 since it says I am.
Yep.
No, I believe wholeheartedly that in 2022 I am, not that I'm looking back at 2021 in that top box.
Yeah, it is confusing. So your brain has to go back there. Like,
Then the next boxes below it are for the 2022.
yeah.
How am I bringing more whatever into my life?
So this, we go back. So just kind of pretend like you don't see that. So we are back in 2021 and I am this, like literally feel the feelings that you felt in 2021, because here's what we don't want. We don't want to bring anything negative up into these words that we're bringing into 2022. So this part is a little bit confusing. So what you're doing is actually just aligning how you were and the good things that you want to come forward, and like also aligning your new word with nothing that has anything to do with the negative things that are coming up in 2021. So we just want to make sure that none of that is attached to where we're going. Does that make sense?
Okay, so Rebecca says she's got that. What's next? So we're only looking at that first box right now. We're not looking below that.
Yeah, we're not looking below that. So I feel like most of you guys, are you guys ready? We can move on.
I think so.
Okay, good. All right, so here, this is where we're gonna kind of really test your word a little bit. So thinking 2022, okay, now we're 2022. How am I bringing more blank into my life? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to go back to the words that you wrote down in option 1, 2, and 3 and see if it fits with what you want in your life that you wrote down in the previous pages. So does that word actually fit? So if you wrote down, well, I don't want to say because I don't want to put a word into your head, but any word that is coming up, and if it goes there and you're like, yeah, my work life, that doesn't really apply. Well, then that's not your word. It has to apply in the entire spectrum of your entire life. And this does get a little bit hard. It does get a little confusing for your brain. But I want you to just really think, okay, well, that's challenging. What do I want in my work life? Do I want it? Do I want to cultivate in that work life? Will that word bring me through whatever is going on, good, bad, or indifferent at work? Will that word work there? Next one, what does blank teach me about myself or my faith? Put those words in there. Play with the words. Rebecca, does that help you? Is that making sense? And Carol, will you let me know on the chat bar? But Rebecca, is that helping you?
Hey, Michelle, this is Loretta.
Okay.
Just real quick. So we're using the words from options 1, 2, or 3, or just words that jump out at us
Yes.
that maybe we didn't write on 1, 2, or 3?
Yeah, so words that jump out. So in the take a look, back, okay, take a look, or any of the words in the very beginning that jumped, okay, then you can use any of those words that you see, or anything that you're like, wow, this word just keeps coming up in my mind.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, makes sense. Thanks.
It doesn't have to, because it's limited. So, you know, there's thousands of words that we could be using.
I have to say hi, Loretta. And
Hi,
Haley.
Karen. Hi.
I feel like she's my soul sister now since Secret Santa.
Oh. Can somebody, Rebecca, are you good on those? I just want to make sure we're good.
Oh, she said she was good.
Okay, thank you. I know that part really did throw me too when I did this the first time. I'm like, what, are you sure? Next one is, what does blank teach me about myself or my faith? So even if you're not a believer, like soul, what does it teach your soul, right? And if you are a believer, what does that look like in your faith? How can that word just really cultivate the life that you want? And the next one too, I'll just go on to that one because I don't exactly know how long it's taken you guys. But, you know, when I truly embody your word this year, what will I do? What will you do? Where will you go? What will you say? Like, what exactly is that word going to help you with when you want to do something and you're maybe fearful and you've never done it before, but it is something that you're like, okay, I need to step out. Next one, how am I bringing more of that word into my home? Oh, what does that look like? If you're feeling those emotions come too, let them come. Let them come up, breathe through them. Let's go to the next one. How am I bringing more blank into my relationships? Kids, spouse, friends, our team, coworkers. How are we doing, live streamers? I can't see you, so I just want to make sure you guys are doing okay. Last one, when I embody blank, how will it play out in my problems or struggles this year? Okay, we all have problems and struggles. So what will that word do when you are having that, whatever it is in your life that is just that thorn, okay, the thorns. How can that word, when you see it and you feel it and it's taking you through the year, how is it going to help you? Is it going to help you? You got to feel it. Does it bring you out of that thorny problem? Does it help you? All right, y'all, we're moving on. You can always come back, okay? Step 3, all right? What I want you to do on this is start aligning your intentions. And I don't particularly care for the word goal, but if you do, use it. But I really love intentions or goals for the year with your word. Okay, so right now you might be thinking, okay, I'm not sure yet what my word is, or you could totally have it. So I want you to just write your, if you've narrowed it down to 2 or 3, look at that word and then write it with intentions of what you want exactly that word to help you with your family. Is it going to make you happier? Is it going to bring you more? Okay, I'm back. I don't know what happened. It like literally shut off and came back. Did yours shut off too, or were you here?
I think we were here, but you were frozen.
Mine shut off.
Oh. I shut off my video because sometimes that if you don't have a big bandwidth, if you take your video off of yourself, you do better, but
Yeah.
it was you.
Okay. That's weird. That's weird. Okay. So this next process, so really start like jotting things down intentionally. Okay, what is this word going to do for me with my family? And then just work through these. So family, health, work, faith, hobbies, self, romance, and finances. So just start jotting it down using the word or words that you have and see in how you feel when you write those things down. And when I get to this point, I'm like, okay, that word really isn't working for like my health. That word really isn't working for like my hobbies, but it is working for the other things. So that's not your word. So really try and think about how can it embody all aspects as you write it down and your intentions for what you want in each of those categories. So we're going to spend 5 minutes here and we're just going to write down what those are for each of those. So five minutes on all of these. And then we're going to move forward. Do you guys need me to pull that back up? I'll do it because I think you do. Okay, it keeps bumping me off every time I pull it. So if you want to, if you don't have the document in front of you, it's family, health, work, faith, hobbies, self, romance, and finances.
Thanks, Michelle.
You're welcome. If anybody has any questions here, you can unmute while we're kind of working through this little section. This is the last big section. Remember too, when you're here, is you might feel uncomfortable. Like it may make you feel like, oh wow, that's a big step in the direction that I want to go, but it feels a little uncomfortable to me. Realize that's normal, and that could be telling you that's your word. If it feels hard, but it's what you want. Once you get towards the end and you're done writing in this section, just give me some thumbs up so I know where we're at. We're just going to hang out here for a little bit longer. I don't know what's happening to Zoom right now, so I'm praying that it's actually recording. All right, Cheryl. I hope you're feeling better. Let me know if you found your word. You think you have it. Ooh. Who's done with that activity? Thumbs up. Who's close? Yeah, most everybody? Okay. We'll give it 1 minute. So 1 minute if you want to get a drink or something or need to go to the bathroom or whatever while everybody finishes. We'll give it a minute here. And then we're going to move forward. Yours is coming in and out too. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Zoom. We only have a little bit left, so if you can tough it out, we're almost there, you guys. Almost there. Anybody really struggling with a word, like a couple word, like getting it narrowed down to a couple? Anybody raise a hand? Yeah, a little bit. It's okay. Like, I want you to just know that you're going to have to sit with it a little bit. Like Brandy was saying, it did take her about a week or so. I think it took Steph about that long too, I feel like, last year. And just kind of talking it out, it definitely came to them. So don't overthink it. If you don't have, not getting it narrowed down to a few. But this next
anxiety causing.
The what?
It's causing me, I feel anxious.
Okay. I mean, that honestly can tell you too, like, it's pushing you, it's challenging you.
Yeah.
So it's
I mean, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like afraid to be wrong.
There's nothing, yeah, there's no wrong on this. This is literally, nothing can be wrong. You. So,
Haley, it took me 3 weeks. And I kept going back to Brandy with my words. And I'm like, I think it's this one. I think it's this one. And she really helped kind of push and challenge me. And I finally got my word.
Okay.
If you don't have like an accountability partner within our team and within the group, if you're, just joining us, having someone that you really connect with within the team, within our team page and our challenge group, that just really always speaks to you and you're like, yeah, I need to be in your life some more. Like, let's connect you guys, or just connect with them if you feel comfortable, so that you can say, like, bounce things off of each other and be like, okay, what do you think? And just kind of really go back through this document and see how it applies and let them challenge you. If you don't have somebody, reach out to me or your coach that's here. Let them push you, let them challenge you in this word, because it is something that you will rely on for the entire year. And so, we want to make sure that you feel good about it. So, but this last activity that we're going to do, might help you. Okay, so we're going to really talk about, the next thing is SMART goals. So this is just kind of a self-check into, it says my goal, but I really like intentions better. Okay, so self-check your intentions for the year, for yourself, and for all the things that we have kind of covered so far with your family, your work life, literally everything. Okay, and I want you to think about the SMART goals. So is it specific? Is it measurable? Is it time bound? Is it obtainable? We're going to add aligned in this, and we're going to add written in present tense, and inspiring and exciting to you, and anything else like other. Okay. So what I want you to do is, and you might have to come back to this page, but start brain dumping your word on there and just literally like, okay, is my word going to help me have a goal, okay, in mind, an intention in mind, what we call SMART goal, but intention, and is it specific? Okay, so what I mean by that is when you look at your life and you say, okay, these are the things that I want in my life. These are the goals. You know, I want to open a business. I want to, you know, create an online space, whatever it is. I want to build a home. So is it specific? Can you use that word and apply it specifically into your life that way? Your word might be too broad. What's your word? What are you thinking your word is, Rebecca? And maybe we can help you. Because that's exactly, my word was actually too broad. Yesterday, the word that I brought in, it was too broad. And then I was like, oh, this is it. I'm going to tell you what it is after we get done, but I don't want to tell you now. And then also like, okay, is it helping you intentionally in that measurable intentional goals? Is it going to help push you forward? Can you measure that, you know, out? And then obviously, is it time bound? So it's hard to think that way. Like your brain is like, okay, what do you mean time bound with the word? But if you're thinking your goal or intention that you want, is it going to help you reach that in a time specific? So if you want to lose, say 10 pounds, say it's just weight related or something. If you are going to lose 10 pounds in your health journey, is that word going to help you when you're like, I have no willpower. I don't like this. This is not fun. I want to give up. Is that word going to help say, no, girl, no, sir. That's not what you said. That's not what your intention was. You said you were going to do this by this time frame. So you need to intentionally do it. Carol, I love it. I mean, you keep changing your mind on your word. It's okay. That's totally normal. Write those down, and then you may have to sit on it a little while. And anybody that is a lot like me, I manifest and pray in the morning and do meditation. Take those words into your meditation space or your breathing space with you in the next few days and just be like, okay, what do I want to cultivate? What do I need? What's going to push me? You believe my word is going to create the other word on my list. What do you mean? Tell me more. Oh, Rebecca, I'm sorry you're sick. I just saw that. So you kind of jot this down. So for me, I knew my word. I got to this spot and I was like, I know my word. My word is like speaking to me. That's not typical though, just so you know, like that's not typical. I think Chess last year had his word like halfway through the workshop. He was like, yep, know my word.
It was the second page last year. We got to the second page and he's like, I have my word.
It's funny, like if you're having something that's popping, like it's telling you, like, okay, that's funny. Not me. I have to go through the whole thing and then some. I love that word, Angie. Good. Brenda or Courtney, we're pretty much done. So like we'll chat about your word, but this is wrapping it up here. It's literally the last page where we're at. So it's okay to jump off. You have a child that needs food. No sorries. No sorries. Oh, you know what? Let's do it. Who has a camera? Because my camera's on the live stream that you can take a picture of us. Okay. Okay, will you take a picture? If you want in the picture with your face, put your video on for us.
I unmuted me so I could count down so you guys would know.
Yes, please do.
When I'm taking it.
I know. All right, is everybody ready? All right, Courtney, let us know when you're ready.
All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to crop it. All right. Haley, do your hair, sister. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Got it.
Yay.
Nope, I moved my hand. Let's try it one more time. Just kidding.
Never give me a hard time on team calls. Team calls.
I was in a text. Okay. All right. Let's try this one more time.
Okay.
1. I don't want my light in there. 1. I'm getting a text. Hold on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let me check. Hold on. Hold, please. Yeah, that'll work. You can crop it and do what you need, Michelle. I'll text it to you.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye, Court. Thank you. All right, y'all. So as we kind of wrap this up, I know I want to hear whoever wants to speak. You don't have to speak if you don't want to, but I kind of want to hear like, okay, do you know your word? Raise your hands if you know your word. Nice. Raise your hand if you've got it narrowed down to like 3. Good. So I think everybody has raised their hand. Either you've got it. So if you want to share your word, unmute yourself and tell us your word. Brandy, I'll start with you because you're at my top corner. So I'll start with you.
Okay, so I was with Michelle last weekend and I told her that this word kept popping up everywhere I looked and I would hear it all everywhere. And so I tried really hard today to going into this with an open mind, thinking that I might have a different word. And I came up with 2 words, but this one still fits everything, and mine is intentional.
I love it. It was funny because she turned to me and she said, I think my word's intentional. And I said, I think my word's intentional. It just kept coming up and coming up and coming up. But my word ended up not being intentional after I did it today. And I'll just share with that since I'm on right now. But my word ended up funny is joy, that Carol said. And as I was writing down everything, I was like, man, I'm pretty joyful, but like, yes. I want to pull more joy into other people. I want to have joy in like, my work. I love my workouts, but like joy into when I don't want to work out. Yes. You know, like, right? Like that is like when it's like, you don't really want to be joyful and you want to be that moody and like, you know, she cut me off, you know, like that kind of stuff. I'm like, no, girl, I need joy. Yeah.
That's my thoughts too, because I just want to be joyful, like with my family and with my friends and in my workouts and just my general life. And with that, with joy, I can see that I would be calm, less anxious, doing the things that I want to do and enjoy. And so that's where joy came in, because I was just going all these other things about being less anxious, being more intentional, being more focused with the family, being more understanding, more patient, more giving, you know, more following the heavenly nudges, things like that. I was like, that's joy, really, joy.
I love it. That just makes my heart happy.
You know what's funny too, and I don't think Courtney would mind. I'm gonna tell them one of her words that she's narrowing down is intentional, which was both of y'all's at one point.
I know, isn't that crazy? She shared that with me, so we'll see what she ends up coming up with. I love that we all three had intentional. Haley, do you have yours yet? Are you kind of teetering?
I'm teetering. I mean, focus is something I really need to work on. So I've got like focus, present, like being present. So I know like when Jack and I are together, we're both on our phones scroll. I mean, like to like be in the moment. And I think if I'm present, then I'm focused, you know, be it, yeah, with anything. So yeah, I've got balance, presence, focus. I'm in the ballpark.
Yeah, you are. And we can all help you through that too, like as you talk things out the next week or so. Love it.
I do think all three of those kind of go together also. Haley, like you're saying, they kind of lead to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I had balanced and present also, but then I kind of ended up with fulfilled, because when I am balanced, when I am present, when I do all the things and put everything into things, but not too much into the things that don't deserve too much of my energy, I feel fulfilled. So I think that's what I'm going to go with.
Laura, I love that. That's good. Angie H, do you have yours yet?
Yes, ma'am. I think it's going to be discipline, just to discipline myself on focusing in all those areas that I need balance.
So good. We can all use more discipline, right? So what a great word. I love it. And I'm so proud of you for coming on here, because you're like, I feel like one of our newer tribe girls on the team. So
You guys are fun and inspiring.
Oh, yay. I love that. That brings me joy. Michaela, my sweet Michaela. Do you have a word yet?
I have two. So I really like growth and I really like success in all aspects of my life. I don't know, though. I'm not sure. They're kind of the same.
My word last year was growth. And it was challenging sometimes because I was like, oh, gosh, I'm not growing very much. But it made me step up into that. Like I wanted more growth in spiritually, with finances, with family. Like I just really wanted to step up. So that's a good word. I like it.
Yeah, it definitely fits like in all of the categories that we were putting it in. Especially just like with career and health. Those are like two things that I'm like really focused on this year. So yeah.
I love it. Is that chill bumps? Deborah, do you want to share? Do you have your word yet? No. Tell me your coach's name. I don't remember your coach's name. Who you're here with? Oh, I can't. Yeah, you can do it in the chat. It's fine. Well, we'll help you figure your word. Oh, she's on mute. Hold on. I'm going to unmute you. Oh, it won't unmute. Well, we'll chat. All right, Team Bond, talk to us.
So B did hers, and she said her word is serenity.
Oh, love.
Can I share your word?
Yeah.
Tess said his word is wonder.
Wonder.
And I'm stuck between two words, flourish and purpose.
Oh, good words.
So I'm not sure which one. I'm gonna have to kind of like go through it this week.
Yeah, go
bug Brandy.
Yep. Go back to anybody that's having trouble. Go back and revisit all the pages and like just start brain dumping again. And sometimes it takes going back to the hard words first for last year and letting go of more of that, you know, so that you can move forward. Tell me, Chess, about your wonder. Is that what you said? Talk
Yeah,
to
I
me
like
about
that it has a couple of meanings. Like you can wonder about the future. So I looked at it as like being an explorer, like what's new and those kind of things. But it's also tied to like amazement and just something that's super cool. So I like the fact that it had kind of that dual meaning.
Mm-hmm. I love it. That seems like a word that you would use too. That seems like a chess word. I love it. And then is B there? Does she want to talk?
No, she went upstairs and she won't
She's
talk.
like, peace out. Don't make me talk on that thing. I am out of here.
But we were having a conversation because I am a logic brain and Chess and B are both emotion brains.
Mm-hmm.
So they found their words really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me a lot longer. And clearly I'm still not quite there. But serenity is one that really kind of resonated with her from the very first, like circling the stuff that you struggled with last year.
I love that. It's so good because it just means she really wants to work on that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Love it. Lauren P.
I got confidence.
Oh, yes.
Yep. Yes, I think it's a really good one, especially about to have the baby.
Yeah.
The baby girl. So kind of teach myself confidence so that way I can teach her confidence.
Yes, I love that.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
I'm glad you got to come on today. I know you were
Yes,
going to
me too.
people in town, so I'm glad this worked out for you.
Yes, me too.
Thanks for sharing. Karen, are you there yet?
Okay, so I'm still working on it, and I came late, so I was kind of, yeah.
We can go back.
First I was like, I can't do this now, and then I had to go, yeah, you can, and just do it. And so and then anyways, my words when I got to step 2, you think it is, wasn't even on my list of words. And I know I had messaged you, or I said I thought I had a word coming into this, and I love when you told me to keep open mind. So I'm kind of embarrassed to say it, but the 2 words that started is self-worth just kept coming up for me. And I love that Lauren said confidence, because it's just all those things that I really have struggled with family and with relationships and with where I'm at in my job and all those things that I feel like I want to radiate that joy that everyone's talking about, but I have to have my own self-worth, and then I am worthy of working out and eating right and all those things, if that makes any sense at all.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm very wordy and I'm not very concise.
No, I think that's great, Karen, and I love that word. I think if you choose that word, I feel that for you. I love that word. Mm-hmm. And Haley can help. You guys can bounce it back and forth between each other and see what really kind of comes out. Emmy's back from getting her pedicure that I'm jealous about. Do you have your word?
It was due time, okay? It was due time.
I know, me too, girl. I feel you.
I started with me because I felt like I'm always taking care of everybody. And then I said, oh, I'll do it later for me. But then I switched to self-care. And then I went to forgiveness and letting go. So I don't know yet.
It's all
I
kind
think
of related.
Huh?
I feel like that's all kind of related.
Yeah, I think the last 2 kind of go I don't know, like I'll send you a picture later, but I kind of made a drawing as I was coming up with my words.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still working on it.
Okay, well, I'll help you. All
right.
We're gonna work on this. We got homework to do.
Yes. And Ed said he's gonna do it with me later, so.
Oh, good. Go Ed. Make mama be proud.
He's eating a burger, so
Like,
he's walking away.
whatever. I love it. I love it. All right, well, I'll help you. Rebecca, can you unmute? I'm not sure if you're busy. Oh, it's doing your video, but not your microphone. Yeah, good. Now your video.
Give me a second. Let me get here. I'm just in
You want me to-
driving mode for some strange reason.
We can come back to you.
Okay, yeah, come back. Thanks.
Okay. Marie, are you where you can chat? I can't see your face. I don't know if Marie's still there. Loretta, are you still with us?
Hi.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
good.
I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Michelle? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm back and forth between two words. I kept jumping. I have like was inner strength, and then I was kind of like resilient also. So I don't know if those are both the same type of, would that be under the same or what? And then I was talking to my husband earlier when I was telling him I was doing this, and then resilience kind of came up too, and then along with kindness. So I don't know, I'm just I was thinking kindness, and then I started, as I was circling words and then just these questions and stuff, like resilient kept coming up when I forgot which one of the first ones that you had us do, where I just wrote resilient, and I think so I'm not too sure. I'm a little back and forth.
Resilient.
Oh, go ahead,
you.
Haley.
Yeah, resilient that is you.
That's what my husband said, and I was like, well, this is going into 2022, and he goes, well, yeah. He goes, I know, this is going to be your word. Because I think also all the stuff that I've gone through recently, and then that we're continuing to go through, and then so I think that's my word.
I was gonna say the exact same thing that Haley just said. Like when you said resilience, I was like, that's Loretta. But you gotta pick it. So but that would be my feedback.
Yeah, no, thanks. Thank you guys. No, and I love that I was able to do this. I was gonna do the recorded, but I said no, if I don't do the live, I don't think it's gonna happen. Like being honest. I was just gonna
so it's hard to go back and like listen to all of us.
Yeah, but no, I think being in the moment and being here, just like doing it now. So thanks for this.
Yeah, you're welcome. You did. That's awesome. I think that you've come down to, what was the first one before resilience?
I was like strength and then kindness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think kindness doesn't serve you because you're already amazingly kind.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So good
The
deal.
inner strength, though, that's one I actually did write down. That would be related to self-worth, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I love your word, Karen. That's a good word. That's good.
Word. I'll hyphenate it. Thank you for saying that.
Marie.
I know, I'm here.
No, you're fine. Do you have a word yet?
I don't think I do. Like, I've kind of just been bouncing back and forth thinking, originally I put surrender.
Okay.
And that sounded a little too drastic. And then I was thinking contentment, because I need to be content in a lot of things in my life right now, but I don't know if that's mine either. I may have narrowed it down to self-awareness. Then I'm not sure. Not sure.
Well, we can bounce it back and forth too when we talk. Oh, Maddox is waving at you.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, buddy, I'll have to check in here. Anyways, yes, I'm really just not sure.
Well, let's talk more about it, because I feel like contentment's a good one. I don't know. I think try not to make it too broad, because then you're like, is that gonna, be too big?
I think where I'm having the most difficult is putting myself number one and trying to be able to reflect in the year what my word is that doesn't have all this empathy on to other people. So
Yeah. Yeah, because you're a caretaker. Yeah. Okay. Did we get everybody? Anybody else? Rebecca, did you want to come back to us? Are you ready, or do you want to share?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
So my word was nourish, and my other two words were safe and healing, which I think kind of feed into nourish.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Yeah, so nourish.
I like it a lot. Nourish.
Thanks.
Safe can be a little broad, just because,
Thinking about like emotional safety.
Uh-huh.
But nourish is more like, the body, and, it can apply to a lot of things, but, obviously just nourishing me. What if it doesn't nourish me, then I want to like remove it.
Right.
Or if it doesn't nourish, I want to be able to ask myself, well, is this going to nourish me? If it doesn't, then I'm not going to do it. You say no, that type of thing.
Right. Learning to say no if it doesn't nourish you.
Yeah. So something along those lines. Yeah.
I like it. We lost
Thanks.
Angie V. We'll have to come back to her. All right, y'all. This has been so fun. So fun. And just know that, just kind of sit with your word or your words that you're like contemplating, and bounce it off, like I said, to, the rest of us within the vision like team page or whatever, or even in a message thread with your person that invited you here. But like literally just sit with it. Like I said, in meditation, if you do that, pray about it, things like that, to kind of just help you, make sure that that's, and don't second guess it. Like if that just keeps coming up, that's where you're supposed to be. That's your word, even if it feels a little bit hard. And then the last thing I want to tell you is we are going to have a gal make some tank tops for us that will have your word on it, so that we can all have our word. I'll let you know prices. We're going to do tanks and maybe hoodies. We're trying to figure that out. So tanks and hoodies, so that you can have your word of the year on it. And then, Brandy, can you take your bracelet off? I wear mine on my ankle. And just show them. So we are going to do where you can, and we have no affiliation with this company at all, but so Brandy bought myself, herself and Stephanie these amazing bracelets last year, word of the year bracelets, and I've not taken mine off. It was on my arm and it kept like hurting my wrist in a weird way when I would work out. So I put it on my ankle, but I haven't taken it off through the whole year. And when I feel like it's hard, then I'm reminded, like I can see it, but what we're going to do is try and get everybody who wants one, get your order in with your word of the year next week when we do our vision board. Okay. So having that in, and then you'll just Venmo Brandy, and Brandy's just going to place one big order. Or if it won't work out where we can't do the group thing, then we're just going to have to order separately. And you'll just take care of it yourself. So we'll have more information coming on that and the tanks for us with your word. And then, so this week, now what we're going to do is keep that vision group open. And I'm going to be posting a daily prompt into now using the word, if you have it. Don't get hooked up if you don't have it yet, but using the word if you have it, and putting that into your vision board. And we're going to create a vision board next Saturday. And so every day this week, there'll be a task, a prompt into creating a vision board for yourself. using with or without the word. Okay. So that's going to be really fun. It'll be at 11:30 next week. It will be kind of an open forum. I will guide you a little bit, but we're going to just do that. You're going to bring your craft paper. You're going to get on Google and print some things out, or magazines, stuff like that, and start thinking about looking back into this document, and then looking back into family and finances and romance and all of that, like what you want to pull forward within your word, and looking for pictures and stuff, family vacations, whatever it is that you have. And then we're going to actually create a fun vision board. So you'll need markers and glue and your pictures. That'll be probably 45 minutes to an hour. We'll just kind of see how time goes. Bring your Energize or coffee, and again, just do it. So anything else the other coaches that are on want to say that I've missed? We're good? Okay. You guys, if you have your word, go back into the vision page and in Team Rock Solid into our support group and say, I found my word. And you can like post a big, whatever your word is, you can post an image or whatever, and just, you know, talk about it. If you want to share your experience this time, and, you know, you still need help.
I want my coach to smile and not look anxious.
Oh. You guys, so much fun. I just absolutely love this. Go back to it. If you're unsure, do it again. And if you're just watching the replays and you need help as you get through the replays and you haven't done yet, then let us know so we can help you. So it's been a great morning, kind of into the afternoon. It does take a while, but I feel like it's just amazing because you're going to have it all year long. So
Thank you, everyone. It's fun to see so many people.
I know, it's fun to see you all, and I hope you have a really great.
I'm a mess, but
thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Welcome. I love
Thank
y'all.
you.
Have a great week.
Love you.
Bye, Coop.